You want to do a trial run, or are you good?
No, no, it's okay. Hi everyone. Today it's another beautiful day, and like always, if I feel like learning, if I feel like empower myself, I reach out to people who can share beautiful stories with me. Um, Today is Mira from Congo. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Mira, tell us a little bit about you.
A little bit about me. Ooh, there's a lot about me, so I don't know if I could tell you a little bit, but I'll try. I am Mira, as you would say in French, or Myra, as people tend to call me here. I was born and raised in the Congo until I was about 13 or 14. 13? Oh, 14. And moved to the United States with my family, so I went through junior high, high school here, then college. I majored in biology. I'm a pathologist assistant. Um, a little bit of a nerd, but not too nerdy. I love biology um, and just understanding how the human body works. But what else do I love? I love to have fun. I love to swim. And I love hanging out with my family and friends.
Do you miss anything about Congo?
A lot. Oh my god. The food? Are you kidding me? There's no food that compares, okay? No food. I miss the food.
Is it just the food?
The food, the people, the environment is totally different. Of course, as you would know, like just living in America versus living in Africa. The environment is different. It's very friendly. It's very warm. Just people come visit you. You do things kind of more spontaneously versus here, everything is planned. People can just show up at your house and things like that. So definitely the people and the food are like the biggest thing I would say I miss from the Congo.
So how long you been out here?
11 years now.
What is the difference between uh, the Mira in the United States and the
Uh-huh.
Mira that used to live in the Congo?
Oh my God, so much. So much. To begin, I felt like I was a girl in the Congo. I was 13, I was a girl. I am 24, so definitely not a girl. So there's a lot of growth that has happened. I think also perspective wise, just being able to have like the best of both worlds, having grown in Africa and having that background, also coming here at an age young enough to where you're exposed to like the youth and the culture here, but also still keeping your roots. I think it's having the best of both worlds, and I think the Myra or Mira actually, which will help people refer to me, then it's funny because people back home actually call me Mira, and then people here are like Myra, Myra. So it's like two people in the same body, not necessarily, but it's definitely two different perspectives that you have.
Do you used to speak French?
I still speak French.
How did you manage to get here at a very young age?
Hmm.
And after 11 years, you still speak French?
Well, first at home, we kept speaking French at home. I remember my mom, she wouldn't allow us to, not that she wouldn't allow us, but it was always like if you spoke English, she would still respond in French, and then she'd be like, you're speaking to me in English because we're in America, so you can't speak French anymore. So just that mentality that at home we spoke French, and that's just how conversations went. So that's how we kept it.
So what is been the challenge for you as an African in the United States?
A challenge for me as an African in the United States, I think just really a lot of people in the U.S., I mean, now is, I will say, there's been a lot of progress compared to when I first came back in 2009, 2010. People didn't know a whole lot about Africa, and like how we live, the way things work. I remember I would get questions like, do you guys wear clothes? Like, do you guys have computers? Like, do you guys live on trees? And I'm like, what the heck? Like, yes, we do. It's not my first time wearing clothes. And now it's just being able to bring that knowledge to people. Like, hey, yeah, I'm from Africa, but this is what we do. We have this, we have cars, we have computers, we have the internet, Just being able to bring that without people necessarily always looking at you like you don't know enough, or you're not qualified because they don't know so much about Africa and like where you come from and what you know. So I think that has been a challenge. It's been a huge progress. I will say, I feel like we have to give Wakanda like, an offering, literally, because I feel like it has brought, I mean, not Wakanda, but what's the name of the movie? Uh, Black Panther.
Black
There you go.
Panther.
Black Panther literally needs to start collecting offerings from Africans because it really brought Africa to like a new light. Of course, it's a fictional movie, but people just being able to actually say names like T'Challa, M'Baku without like butchering your name, versus us, people would just be like, can we call you something else? We can't really pronounce your last name. It's like there's totally like a different vibe now. People are like, oh yeah, I can say an African name. How do you say it? So I think there's progress. That's been one of the challenges, is just bringing that awareness, that African side of you to the U.S.
So, what is Congo known for?
Congo is known for, but it depends. If you ask like younger people or like pop culture wise, for music for sure, music, maybe soccer, because of the soccer team. But I would say in terms of just like facts or things you could find on Google, for Colton, most of the Colton that comes here that allows us to have cars and like our phones and things like that. 60% of that, if I'm not exactly sure on the correct percentage, but a huge percent of that comes from the Congo. It literally is what allows us to have the high tech stuff that we have now. So.
Wow. So, how often do you go back home?
Oh, I'm not too good with that. My first time going back was 2018. After like almost 10 years, it was amazing. But I plan on going back more often, definitely.
Why do you think it's necessary?
It's important. It definitely helps you, I think, stay grounded. You know how they always say, if you know where you come from, you know where you're going. So it definitely helps you stay grounded, going back to your roots and who you are and where you grew up. As much as we get like accustomed or used to like a life in the U.S., it's something about just the land, the soil where you were born. It's just a different connection. So I think going back, it allows you to like keep that connection and also keep in touch with your people, because the people back home are your people, so.
So, what is the plan for Mira? Get by 2030, are you going back home, or you live in the United States for the rest of your life?
Not the rest of my life, that's for sure. I haven't put a timeline to it as of like when I'm going back, when I'm doing this, because you never know how life could unfold. But I won't say that I will live in America the rest of my life. So there's definitely a portion where I'll probably go back to Congo, whether settle there when I'm retired or settle there to work for maybe 5-10 years, come back and do other things in between. But yeah, there's definitely a portion of me where it's like where I'm going back home.
Are you grateful about being born an African, especially
Yes.
in Congo?
Yes, 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 yes.
So I want you to look into this camera
Uh-huh.
in French.
Uh-huh.
Speak some words to your people, thanking them.
Speak some words to my people.
Speak some words
Uh-huh.
to your Congolese people, thanking them about the country, thanking them about the culture, encouraging them, especially in these difficult moments.
Yes. Oh, what can I say? Um, I'll speak in Lingala in French, because Lingala is the language back home. Bonjour, bonsoir, mbote na bino, bana Congo, naza mwana Congo, naza mwana mboka, donc ba anglais oyo bangisa bino te pour na kola aux États-Unis. Juste un message pour vous encourager, vous dire que je vous aime beaucoup. Le Congo, je suis très fière d'être congolaise. Je porte le Congo à cœur, je porte le Congo partout où je vais. Et peu importe la situation et tout ce qui se passe à l'Est, tout ce qu'on traverse comme un pays, de loin comme de près, on est tous affectés. Tant qu'on l'est, tout ce qui se passe, on est tous affectés par ce qui se passe. Et juste un message pour vous dire qu'on est ensemble. Mon cœur est avec vous. Cette épidémie du corona, du virus qui se passe, vous affecte autant que cela nous affecte aussi. Mais on est ensemble. En tant que Congolais, on est ensemble dans le même esprit. Bisous. Mouah.
How do they say I love you, my people in Lingala?
Na lingi bino mingi, peuple congolais.
Wow, so thank you very much for coming. We hope to have you some other time.
Absolutely.
And follow Mira on Instagram, learn more about Congo. I think she's a smart, beautiful woman. Là, c'est mon tour d'avoir pour today.